All right, so our first topic is about the protesters in Alabama who are marching over Fitzgerald's death. Unfortunately, he was 21 years old when he got shot 3 times in the back in the mall on Black Friday. They thought it was him, obviously, but now investigators are saying that they believe it was 2 other shooters and they're still at large. And they said Fitzgerald had minimal involvement into the whole situation. So honestly, I'm thinking he was just an innocent bystander. So go ahead and watch this.
Oh, he was a great guy. He was very respectable. He was just a great guy. I mean, he wasn't no bad kid. He was a good guy. Very mountable.
I'm not going to go into details about his life because it was so short. But for him to pick up that Army flag and say, I'm in the Army, then I want all of you to know he chose country first, not a bullet.
Justice! When do we want it? Now! When do we want it? Justice! When do we want it? Now! And if we don't get it, shut down! If we don't get it, shut down!
Look what happened. Woke up and shoot an innocent black man. Found out later the gun was never even shot. Never even shot. Never shot. But yet he's dead. He is a murderer. Hoover police need to arrest a murderer, okay? He murdered this black man. He murdered him. The Hoover police are murderers.
All right, so how do you feel about it?
Well, first of all, it's terrible that it happened to this young man. He was too young. I feel like he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And the other thing is, if you have any information, please, that can help with the investigation, please let the authorities know so that we can catch these 2 shooters who are still at large so that they are properly dealt with to the fullest extent of the law.
Absolutely. And, we're sending out our condolences to the family at this time, family and friends that are impacted, and the community that are also, impacted by this situation. So it's unfortunate, but things like this happen, and we have to do better. And when it comes to Black Friday shopping, it's very dangerous in general. If you could just start doing that kind of stuff online.
And if you do have to go out, make sure that you're aware of your surroundings. If you bring your children with, make sure that your children are next to you or at least in a reach of, while you're out.
Yep.
Don't want any kidnappings, any more shootings, none of that. But we at these sad times, we also got to remember that as a community, we need to lift each other up in nothing but love and positivity.
Definitely. All right. Our next topic is Nevada. They're the 10th state to eliminate pink tax, which is a great thing. I mean, I don't see why tampons and pads and other feminine products like pink razors and pink shaving cream is even taxed upon. It makes no sense to me. When you go in the men's aisle and look at their razors and their products, 10, 20 cents cheaper, 30 cents cheaper.
Hey, I buy the men's razors because women, you can go and join the Dollar Shave Club. This is not sponsored. I'm just saying you can go and join the Dollar Shave Club and get all the same razors and stuff that you would use, but it's essentially, I guess, quote unquote, for men. So it's a bit cheaper for us.
Yep. Hey, and that is a hack. But unfortunately, when it comes to tampons, pads, and other feminine products that we need monthly, you can't find that in the men's aisle. So They found a way to tax us anyway. Nevada, like I said, is the 10th state to get rid of this, and we're happy about it because it's over 30 states in the country that are still taxing upon these products. Georgia is still one of them. A majority, honestly, of the East Coast is still being taxed on these products, and
I'm tired of paying tax. How about y'all, ladies?
Yep.
Especially with all of the newfound period things or the stuff that's coming back into style. We got the menstrual cups, the diva cups, the throwaway diva cups, collapsible ones. We got cotton pads. We got cloth pads. We got the sea sponge tampons. We have so much out here, and it's so unfair that we have to be taxed for something that we need every month until we hit menopause.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
For real. So from when I'm a teenager all the way till I hit menopause, it probably won't be till like 50 or 60, who knows. I got to pay tax.
All right, so they're saying the state of Nevada is going to lose over $4.96 million over this tax drop. But, that's okay. Nevada's making money regardless.
Yeah.
Hello, Vegas. hello, legalization of cannabis. I mean, it's no reason for them to still tax on these products anymore. So hopefully, everybody takes a leaf out of Nevada's book and go ahead and, make these products cheaper for us. It's not our fault that we need them. Okay.
Right. Or the least that somebody could do is make sure that they are, safe for the environment. Cause that's also the thing that comes with this. Okay. We're using these products every month, and it's just like, you have to think they use a lot of plastic for like the major brands like Always and stuff, like they use plastic, and they use whatever chemically treated cotton or foam or whatever they use for their pads and tampons and stuff like that. So it's just like, it helps us cut back on waste if women go back to using like cups and just using Diva cup or something, whatever that they're comfortable with, washing them with the cloth pads. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever works, but it also helps cut back on waste, which ultimately helps everybody on the planet.
I agree. Watch this. All right. Well, moving on to our next topic, the state of Georgia, with Brian Kemp in office. Obviously, we know that he's a big advocate on the Second Amendment. So at this point, Republicans have filed a bill to allow permitless carry of guns in the state of Georgia. Now, everyone knows for right now, you need to pay a $75 fee to your local county probate court to register at the state. And then you have to pass a background check to be able to carry, have a license to carry a handgun in public. Now, I just want to know, people who have paid for these permits, are we going to get a refund? Are we going to get compensated any type of way? Probably not.
Probably not.
Also, I'm scared to see what's going to happen with the youth getting their hands on guns. I think it's going to be a little bit easier now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're going to go to gun shows with, themselves or with their parents, because depending on your family style, there are lots of families that are very comfortable with their young children and knowing how to handle and firearms and stuff like that. So I feel like it's probably going to get a lot easier for children and the youth to get their hands on it, as well as convicted felons of like very serious charges that are violent getting their hands on these permits. Well, if they can find a way to pass the background check, of course, but
right.
Who says that's going to stop anybody?
Usually it doesn't.
It doesn't. If we still got illegal guns and firearms coming into the country, as well as drugs and people, that's just making it a little bit easier for everybody else.
All right. So this is called House Bill 2. People, we want you to leave your comments below and tell us how you feel about it.
This is why it's important that you get out here, your local election, your state, everything, every level of government you need to be involved in. You need to get out and vote, because if you don't want this bill to pass, you getting out there and voting, putting the right people in office, or voting yes or no on the bill itself,
right,
can make a huge impact.
Definitely. And I just want to say we do support the Second Amendment for people to bear arms. We don't want people to think that we're,
I got some myself, folks.
Exactly, yeah. We're not trying to advocate for, different groups, different policies of different groups here in the state of Georgia who don't support the Second Amendment. But what we're trying to say, if they make this permitless, it's going to be easier for people who don't need guns, have no business carrying a gun, to be carrying them and get access to them. And that's the part that kind of scares me a bit. So I feel a little indifferent about this policy, honestly, but we'll see where it goes from here, and we'll make sure to keep covering on it.
I just want to make sure that whatever happens next, whether this bill goes into place or not, that people are seriously thinking about gun regulation and the steps and protocols for other people, these citizens, to get firearms and have their own weapons and carry them out in public and stuff like that. It's very serious. It's a very touchy topic, but I feel like if we're going to have a gun, then there needs to be rules set in place, and that these rules need to be changed and adjusted from every other year. Like, not just keep the same ones from 1859. Like, no, let's keep updating it because time change, people change.
Yep.
And the world is constantly changing, and we need to find a better way to maintain control.
Right. Now, on to the next. It is December. Okay, so Christmas is near, New Year's is near, but
It's cold outside.
it is cold outside and the weather is frightful. World's AIDS Day was December 1st. So we want to give you a little bit of information about HIV and AIDS. Obviously, we know this is a serious topic.
Wrap it up, folks. That's the first step. Wrap it up. No glove, no love. And all those corny slogans we've all heard time and time again. It's true, and it helps. This will help save your life or somebody else's life.
Definitely. And people, you need to go get tested. It's no excuse at this point. In the early 2000s and obviously times and times before that, you used to have to go to the doctor and, pay or go to one of these little clinics out here and pay a fee to go get tested, which is still very responsible, and you should have been doing that. But now if you don't have the money, guess what? It is free resources all around the country for you to get checked. Not just for AIDS, but for also STDs as well. And guess what? They offer treatment if you do test positive for one of these things.
Or at least give you advice. I do know back on my college campus on Tennessee State University, they always had people come to the campus, post up in about half of the dorms at least, so that you can come and get tested. They give you the results to see if you had anything, any STD, STI, or HIV and AIDS. And then if you had it, they let you know the resources that you had to go get treatment, and it was just good for everybody. It was free, didn't cost you anything. You just walked in and they swiped your mouth.
Right. Now, in Atlanta, you could go to AIDS Atlanta, which is located in the heart of downtown, and go get tested. I believe they're open Monday through Saturday. So people, is no excuse when you get off work, before you go to work, on your day off, go get tested. It's no excuse these days. If you have access to public transportation, a car, a friend that can take you there, go do it, because you're making sure you're getting in the bed when you want to. So use those same resources and get over to a clinic and get tested.
Right, because you need to know your status as well as your partner's status. For all my sexually active people out here, I'm just gonna leave it at people, because unfortunately there are children that are also affected, young children, teenagers affected by this, because they're going out here and nobody's telling them and advising them, hey, you need to go get tested. You need to make sure you have condoms. You need to make sure that you're on birth control. They're just out here experimenting and trying to figure it out for themselves. Let's help them and save their life before it's too late. Let's go get tested, everybody.
Right. And parents, please have the talk with your children.
Continuously, not
Right.
just once.
Not just once, because that is not enough. That is not enough. We know we're in a day and age where people are distracted by social media and other things. So at this point, you need to talk to your children maybe like once or twice a year once they reach a certain age, and let them be comfortable with you to be able to come to you if they feel like they are going to be sexually active. Don't shun the person away. I mean, that's your personal opinion if you feel like they should be doing something or not.
The bottom line is they're going to do it if they want to, whether you approve of it or not. And we all know this. All my parents out here, you know it. You know it. So let's just go ahead and let's get ahead of it. And let's have talks with our kids multiple times throughout their adolescence about sex and how it's important and why it's beautiful and why they should wait. And if they choose not to, that's okay too, but I want you to be protected. So here are condoms. I'm
Right.
going to go take you to go get tested every whatever you fill in the blank. And then that's what you do.
Exactly. And if you have a daughter or niece or whatever the case may be, and you decide to put them on birth control, that is your choice as well. I would just say before you do that, research a little bit more about birth control. Look at
Both of you together.
Right, together, and look at the different options out there, because some of those things do more harm than good in the long run. If you do your research, but that's for you to research on your own. If you want us to talk more about that, we could talk about that on another episode.
Right.
Now, we do want to read a couple of stats to you guys about HIV and AIDS, not just in the state of Georgia, but around the country. More than 1.1 million people in the U.S. are living with HIV today, and 1 in 7 of them don't know it.
An estimated 38,500 Americans became newly infected with HIV in 2015 alone.
From 2010 to 2015, the estimated number of annual HIV infections in the U.S. have declined 8%.
In 2016, 39,782 people were diagnosed with HIV in the U.S.
Gay, bisexual, and other men who have sex with men bear the greatest burden, by the risk group representing an estimated 26,200 of these new HIV infections.
HIV diagnoses are not evenly distributed across the states and regions. People in southern states accounted for more than half of the new HIV diagnosis in 2016, meanwhile making up 38% of the nation's population.
That's alarming. And
oh, yeah.
That's real alarming, because we're here, we're based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and which we know is
1 in 5 here in Atlanta.
Now, saying that, it's 38% of the nation's population, that also goes within back into education and things like that. Because I feel like people in the South, just a general census for everybody, people are not educated correctly about this stuff.
Oh, yeah, not at all.
Not at
there's
all.
not enough sex ed classes.
No.
The parents aren't talking to their children as much about it.
Nope.
Like, it's a very taboo thing. It's really strange. It's very taboo in a lot of households to not really necessarily talk about sex.
Obviously, reading a little bit more into these stats, they said between 2010 and 2015, the annual number of HIV infections decreased around Black and African Americans, but it remained stable for Asians, Hispanics, Latinos, and whites. So that's an interesting stat, because usually, we're being told that African American people are the ones that hold the most weight when it comes
the leading
to
rate, and it's just like that's
Right.
not the case now, is it?
Right.
And
well,
then it
this is
says
between
by-
2010 and 2015, so things
Right.
could have changed. But I mean, that is interesting, because when this happened, I didn't know about this.
I didn't either.
I always, from what the mainstream media tells us, it's always that, hey, Black people you guys are in the lead. You guys started this. You guys, hey, do something about this. So that's interesting to me.
Yeah, then it also says by age group between 2010 and 2015, the annual number of HIV infections decreased among persons aged 13 to 24, 35 to 44, and 45 to 54, but increased among ages 25 to 34. The number of infections remained stable among persons aged 55 and older.
Now, it's a new pill that's out on the market.
Oh my gosh, not this pill.
Yep,
This
it's
pill.
a new pill on the market, and they're saying if you pop one before you
Every day, take one every day,
you
like
take-
birth control.
Yeah, you take one every day, like it's birth control. You could possibly have sex with somebody who has HIV and AIDS and not catch it.
Maybe. I would take that gamble though.
Right. So we want to hear your opinion on it, but go ahead and watch this.
I'm on the pill.
I'm on the pill.
I'm on the pill.
I'm on the pill too.
But it's not birth control.
It's Truvada for PrEP, a once-daily prescription medicine for adults that, when taken every day, along with using safer sex practices, can help lower my chances of getting HIV through sex.
I use condoms, but I talked to my doctor about doing more. He said that because I had a higher chance of getting HIV through sex, Truvada for PrEP could be an option for me.
She also told me that Truvada alone may not keep me from getting HIV, and it does not prevent other STIs or pregnancy.
You must be HIV negative to take Truvada for PrEP, so you need to get tested for HIV immediately before and at least every 3 months while taking Truvada.
I wanted to know about all of my prevention options, so I asked my doctor about Truvada for PrEP.
If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your doctor right away. They may do more tests to confirm you are still HIV negative. Serious side effects can occur, including kidney problems, kidney failure, and bone problems, which may lead to fractures. Rare life-threatening side effects include a buildup of lactic acid and liver problems. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take. If you are pregnant or breastfeeding, or if you have kidney, bone, or liver problems, including hepatitis. If you have hepatitis B, do not stop taking Truvada without talking to your doctor. Common side effects include stomach pain, headache, and weight loss. Ask your doctor about your risk of getting HIV and if Truvada for PrEP may be right for you.
I wanted to do more. That's why I'm on that pill. Truvada for PrEP.
All right, how do you feel about that ad?
Okay, there's a couple things with the ad. First of all, the black woman. I don't feel like we should be an image. Yes, we're among the people, and many people are affected by this.
Right.
But why is the black woman the first one you put on the commercial for this pill? Like, I'm the first one that's going to be just riddled with HIV if I go out here in this world and have sex.
Obviously, we know they shot different ads because the ad we just showed you was a compilation of all the ads they shot, and they kind of, meshed them together.
Right.
But I'm wondering, depending on your area and who has, the most of that population or wherever you live, they're showing it by demographic. Like, okay, we know, let's just say, for example, we know a lot of black women are here in Atlanta, so we're going to show a black woman having this and, taking the pill for this. We know in San Diego, it's a lot of people of the LGBT community living out there. Let's show a transgendered man. So I wonder how they did it. But honestly, I don't know how I feel about this pill.
I feel like if we have the technology to have this pill, then why aren't we making leaps and bounds in other things that are very much affecting health?
Right,
for
like
people.
an actual cure for HIV and AIDS, because
They have the cure.
oh yeah,
Let's-
but they
let's
just
not
don't. They
keep
don't
it.
want to. They don't want to put it out public because for
They have
example, Magic Johnson. He
Yeah.
came out publicly in the '90s and said he had HIV/AIDS,
He was great.
and now look at the man. He looks healthier than ever.
They have the cure. Luna is a conspiracy theorist for real. I know they have it.
Dr. Sebi has talked about cures and
Oh yeah, he's
other things like that.
He cured many people before he passed away.
Right, but unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago.
They even
now.
tried him in court, and he still walked.
And he still walked. So he wasn't lying, I just wish we didn't live in a selfish world where, we
Money.
had to pay for everything.
Right.
Cures for cancer,
My
cures
health.
for AIDS. It shouldn't have to be like that.
It shouldn't, because if you think about it, they treat U.S. citizens in somewhat like cattle.
Yeah.
You get money from us working, shopping, and helping to try and boost the economy. The one thing you should want is for me to live long enough to continuously add to the economy and continuously work and pay my taxes. Now, if I'm sick all the time and then I die really young because we are pushing all this GM, genetically modified food, all this high fructose corn syrup, all these bad lifestyle habits, just lounging around on the couch, eating ho-hos and bonbons, drinking red Kool-Aid, okay, people? Like, what are we gonna, when are we gonna take enough initiative to be like, I need to protect my health no matter what?
If you feel like you have to pop a pill just to have intercourse with somebody,
You probably shouldn't be having sex.
Yeah. And number two, you should be going to get tested with that person or getting their results anyway before you guys choose to have sex. That's just common sense in my book. You don't
And
just
you should
lay with
still,
anybody.
even if you do decide to use this pill, you still need to be having sex protected. You still need to have on a condom.
Exactly.
You do. You just do. You need to.
All right. We have some unfortunate news. George H.W. Bush has died on November 30th.
At the age of 94 in Houston, George Herbert Walker Bush was an American politician who served as the 41st President of the United States, and he was also the 43rd Vice President of the United States. He was president from 1989 to 1993, and he was Vice President from 1981 to 1989.
And obviously our generation would know him better as the father for George W. Bush.
George H.W. Bush died of Parkinson's disease in a manner of natural causes, is from what the report is saying.
Yeah, his son delivered a great eulogy to his father. So, our condolences go out to the Bush family, the Bush supporters, this country, of course, because he was a, respected president. All right, moving on. We also have another death that we are reporting, unfortunately, at this time. 100-year-old Tuskegee Airman Wilfred DeFord was found dead in his Harlem home. He was found on the bathroom floor of his Fifth Ave home in Riverton Square Apartments just before 9 a.m. It's unfortunate to see another one go.
Yeah, but he served his country.
Yeah.
He's going to be remembered as long as he lived. He's 100 years old.
Right.
I hope I'll live to be 100 years old.
Definitely.
So
Yeah.
My condolences to his family.
Yes. And a fun fact about him, he's been living in those apartments since the 1940s. So,
wow.
He's seen it all. He's literally seen it all. And if you don't know a lot about the Tuskegee Airmen, we'll be covering a lot more about them this upcoming February. So
Right, Black
stay
History
tuned.
Month.
Right, so stay tuned for that. I mean, obviously, during World War II, the pilots ran missions all over North Africa, Sicily, and Italy. So, get into it. Learn a little bit more about it, and we'll give you more information on that as the new year comes around. All right, on to our last topic of today. As you guys know, Tiffany Haddish has gotten a Groupon deal a couple months ago. And she landed that deal off of advocating for Groupon off the Jimmy Kimmel Live show when she talked about Will and Jada Pinkett going on a Groupon swamp tour with her. Go ahead and watch this small clip.
Now with Tiffany Haddish scoring big at the Super Bowl by teaming up with the brand she loves, Groupon.
Oh, she loves them. She enjoyed it and used the discount site so much. She's now a spokesperson, even appearing in the company's first Super Bowl commercial in years. Adrian, you're going to have much more on this. Very exciting for her.
This is a big deal, but it's like we can see it coming. She's one of 2017's breakout stars, and we've seen her on the show here. She is funny. Now she's taking on that new venture, one that looks truly meant to be.
Because I plan on getting white girl wasted this weekend.
Tiffany Haddish loves a good laugh.
That's hand sanitizer.
It burns.
And a good deal.
Groupon. You haven't seen it? He didn't even say nothing funny. They just cheering for him because he got money. We here on a Groupon.
This morning, the Girls Trip star and one of Groupon's top customers has a new deal of her own as the company's spokesperson, bringing stand-up to Groupon's YouTube channel with Ask Tiffany.
Does Groupon make you look cheap? No. Them shoes you got from the grocery store, those make you look cheap.
And now the Groupon devotee is set to star in the company's first Super Bowl ad since 2011.
We're going to find Tiffany on Main Street, and there's going to be a humorous twist that I definitely won't be giving away at this point.
Many believe she sealed the deal after she invited Will Smith and wife Jada on a Groupon tour of the Louisiana Bayou.
Is the story about you and Jada going on a Cajun swamp tour with Tiffany Haddish true?
Yes, that's 100% true.
On a Groupon?
On a Groupon, yeah.
And Jada's looking, and she goes, Tiffany, what is going on here? Why is there so many people? And I said, Jada, they probably all got Groupons. And she said, Tiffany, what is a Groupon?
Yeah, so like I was saying that she's had this Groupon deal for quite some time now, and we have some more good news about her. She's now landing a Super Bowl ad.
Yes.
And she is, the face of Groupon now, so we're happy for her. Congrats.
Oh yeah, definitely. Big ups to Tiffany Haddish. I just bought me an 8-piece comforter set off Groupon like a couple days ago.
Hey,
it's nice.
All right. So
Groupon got the deals, bro.
There we go. Go ahead and watch this. All right, you guys just saw her Groupon endorsement ad. So like we said, we're happy for her. So congrats to her and her team for putting this together. We're happy to see her, successful. And we already knew she was. I mean, her and Kevin Hart are like family. So he put her in a position to win. So we're happy to see people supporting each other in the same field of work. Because usually it's a lot of jealousy within different industries.
Yeah, let's come together in all industries, not just entertainment, but all industries across the board. Let's help each other come up, because if everybody's winning, the whole country moves. Okay?
Exactly. And we need to do better.
Let's not be crabs in a barrel, people.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you for watching today. We appreciate it. Make sure you like, you comment, and you subscribe.
Right. Turn on your post notification bells down below so you know when we're uploading. Don't forget to come to our YouTube, to our Facebook page. Leave a couple comments, how you feel about the show, what you want us to talk about next. Let us know. We are dying to know.
All right. Thank you for tuning in to Empowering Our People. You could listen to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Facebook. Thank you so much.